So we're going to go through this registration presentation, and it's going to be what you have seen in previous years, but also what we're also going to go over is what our new offerings are for next year. So we will begin individual registration meetings with your counselors over the next few weeks. Your counselors are Dr. Jones. She has the last names A through G. Ms. Scheibel has the last names H through O. Ms. Cody has the last names P through Z. If you are a part of special services, you might also work with those ladies. Let me get to that. That's Ms. Hoover and Ms. Holbrook, and then Ms. Daniels is their administrative assistant. Some other registration personnel that you need to know. So Mr. Creek, he is the scheduling guru. I think you guys probably know that by now. If you've ever had a schedule change, he's the person that you've got to work with. He also approves any of the rigorous course applications. So if you are taking any classes that are honors or above, you're gonna work with Mr. Creek. Any of the faculty aid applications, and that's not going to apply to you guys just yet because that's a senior-only program. Mr. Skipper is our career and technical education coordinator. He approves all of the work-based learning applications. Now, that is a senior-level program, but it is something that you need to keep on your radar if you want to do work-based learning your senior year and leave either at 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I am Dr. Carney. For registration purposes, I work with students who are dual enrollment students or early graduates. Okay, so let's talk about graduation requirements. So if you will, look at the white sheet that you have. That's your graduation checklist. So, your counselors, like I just showed you, there are 3 counselors. There are approximately 1,300 students in this building. So your 3 counselors have around 400 students to check their graduation requirements. Okay? So, this is the sheet that we use to check your graduation requirements. So you have to have 23 credits to graduate. You also have to take the ACT, which you usually do your junior year. And then you also have to take the civics exam, which you will do your senior year. So you have to meet those 3 requirements in order to graduate Coffee County Schools. The civics exam is a 35-question general social studies knowledge test, like I said, that you will take your senior year. Your ACT, you commonly take that your junior year. You can take it earlier if you wish. Now, when we talk about graduation requirements and graduation credits, so you cannot have 23 credits of PE and graduate high school. It just doesn't work like that. Okay? So, you have to have 4 English credits. And when we talk about a credit, that means that you have taken the class, you have passed the class. And that makes you earn the credit. So if you have not passed all of your graduation requirements, you will not earn 23 credits and graduate on time. The state of Tennessee says that you have 4 years to graduate high school. Okay? So, if you are not on track for graduation, that's something that you need to be aware of when you speak to your counselor individually for registration. So, you must have 4 English credits. Normally you take one of those every single year. You must have 4 math credits. Now, the state of Tennessee says that you have to be enrolled in a math every single year that you're in high school. So, if you took 8th grade math, you still have to take math your senior year of high school. Okay? You will end up with 5 credits of math. But that is the state of Tennessee requirement that you have to be in math every single year that you're in high school. You must have 3 science credits. So you'll have a lab science, and then you'll have biology, and then either physics or chemistry. 3 social studies credits, 2 foreign language credits, and they must be the same foreign language. Okay? So you can't take French 1 and Spanish 1. Doesn't work like that. You've got to take Spanish 1, Spanish 2, French 1, French 2. We do have a foreign language waiver. If you decide that foreign language maybe isn't for you, maybe you've taken it this year, failed first semester, you're not doing well, quarter 3, you need to make sure that you speak to your counselor about that. There is the foreign language waiver where we can get you out of foreign language and you can take some more career and technical education courses if that's going to be your pathway. We also have a native speaker exam where if you are a native speaker, you can test out of either of our foreign languages. You have to have 1.5 credits of wellness and health or ROTC 1 and 2. You must have 1 fine art credit, a half a credit of personal finance, 3 courses in your program of study, and 1 elective credit. Okay? Driver's ed is an example of an elective credit. Anything that we offer at Coffee County Central High School can be considered as an elective, but know that you at least have to have 1 of those credits as an elective to meet your 23 credit requirement for graduation. Okay? Now, you will notice on the graduation checklist that there are all of these options to the side. When you are looking at the checklist and you are trying to go through this to determine what you still need to take for next year, it would be in your best interest to look at all of these blanks. So if you took English 1 and you passed it last year, you put a 9 in that blank. If you took English 2 and you passed first semester, you put a 10. You took it your 10th grade year. But be very careful when you are looking at your classes. And make sure that you know what your classes are counting for. Is health science a science class? It's not. It does not count for your science as a graduation credit. It is a program of study course. Culinary arts is not a fine art. It counts as a program of study course. Your lab sciences, any of these lab sciences can count for your 1 lab science right here. Okay? Your math options for your 4th math, all of these are substitutions, and these are all the offerings that we offer for 4th level math. Your fine art are over here on the right. Everybody needs an economics or a U.S. government credit for graduation, but you can also count business econ, marketing 1 for your economics credit. Be very careful when you are looking at your classes for next year and what you have taken this year and last year to make sure that you are taking exactly what you need, okay? Anatomy and physiology can count as a lab science or it can count as a program of study. So know that you've got a lot of substitutions and a lot of classes that can count in more than 1 place. We call that double dipping. You can take physics your senior year and it will count as a math and a science if you want to take next year off from science. But know that you have to take the full year your senior year, and you can only do that as a senior. So pay very close attention when you are looking at your checklist. Make sure you check If you have questions about if an AP class or a dual enrollment class or a program of study course will count as something else, make sure that you check. Ask your counselor, ask Mr. Creek, ask me, ask an informed person in this building. The person to your left and your right don't count. Okay? Not knocking on you, but you've got to make sure that what you are taking counts for what you need for graduation. Okay, so new courses for next year. We are adding AP pre-calculus, dual enrollment building construction, dual enrollment industrial maintenance technology, dual enrollment cosmetology, world geography, and ancient history. Now, some of these, the dual enrollments, you can take as a junior, correct, Mr. Skipper? Okay. So, if those interest you, that's something that you need to ask questions about with your counselor, and Mr. Skipper is going to touch on these in just a minute. So, rigorous courses. Okay, so the rigorous course application is something that we have had for several years. If this was working correctly, you would see a copy at the top of that sheet. Rigorous courses are any courses that are honors and above. So honors, AP, state dual credit, dual enrollment. You must have, there you go, like magic. So you must have a GPA or the grade the previous year in order to meet these requirements. You must also meet the attendance requirement. Now, if you had a bad year last year and maybe you missed more than what the attendance requirement is on the rigorous courses, you would speak to Mr. Creek directly to see if you could get that approved. Okay, so after rigorous courses, we go in and we talk about early post-secondary opportunities. We offer quite a lot of early post-secondary opportunities. So when you guys are thinking about your high school career and what you want to accomplish in your high school career, do you want to get some industry certifications before you leave? Do you want to go ahead and get some hours through Tennessee College of Applied Technology? Is your goal to get as many college hours as you can before you leave this school? You need to start thinking about that. Thinking about what you want to do with your last 2 years of high school so that when you graduate, you have set yourself up to be as successful as possible. So, you will get this presentation in your email. Mr. Creek will share that with you. So our industry certifications, our most common are Microsoft Excel, Word, and PowerPoint. We have students test on those every single year. You can put those on your resume in any job application as soon as you get that certification. Nobody can take that away from you after you have that certification. Another one of our most popular certifications are the CNA, the Certified Nursing Assistant. That's a senior level program, but you need to make sure that you take the correct courses next year so that you can set yourself up for your senior year so that you can be involved in that program. We also have the Safe Serve Food Handler exams. Will it restore the last session? So those industry certifications are generally tied to our career and technical education courses, okay? So if you take a career and technical education course, then you can take that exam at the end of the course, and Mr. Skipper, for most years, he tries to pitch in half if you pass the exam. So those exams can count, or they can cost anywhere from $10 to $350. Okay? If you pass the exam, Mr. Skipper generally will chip in half. Okay? He works with us almost every single year so that you guys do not have to pay the entire cost of those career and technical certifications.
So the computer crashed again, so we'll let Dr. Carney get signed in, and I'll touch on a few other notes while she's doing that. You all will start meeting with your counselors one-on-one in the library beginning next Tuesday, and there's a schedule that they have that you all will receive. I believe Miss Bond's classes, I think, are going first next Tuesday. But what you guys want to do is make sure you're prepared going in to those one-on-one meetings with your counselors or with Miss Hoover or Miss Holbrook. Have your courses picked out. If you have questions about specific courses, whatever the case may be, have a plan. Don't just go in there not having a clue as to what you're interested in. You have the course request sheet in front of you. The counselors will have extras. Good idea for you to have that filled out. If you forget, it's not a big deal. The three of them will have extras that they can be filled out at the time y'all's meeting in the library. So once again, for rising juniors, that starts next Tuesday, since we're out of school on Monday and you all are out of school Friday. Something I want to stress, on the back lower right, it says alternates or alternatives. Those are backup courses that you need to select, at least 3 of them. It needs to be legible, which means I need to be able to read it, or Miss Downs, one of us. Those need to be backups for non-core classes. So don't sign up for dual enrollment English and put your backup as English 3. That's not what I'm looking for. If you wanted to be in Culinary Arts 1, and that was something that you put as your initial pick, you need to have a backup. So for example, AV Production 1. Or Health Science Education. That's a backup to Culinary Arts. You're going to get your math, English, and science and social studies if you so choose to take chemistry or physics your junior year, or state dual credit history. You must select alternates. If you don't, the computer's going to put you wherever it wants to put you, and if it doesn't give you 7 periods, I'm going to put you where I want to put you. And so, at that point, you're just then hoping there's spots open in a course that you wanted because you didn't take care of it on the front end. Okay? Mr. Skipper?
Hey, listen up to what he's talking about is, if you guys going into your junior year, most of you, well, some of you started your program of study, your CTE program, as freshmen at the regular academy, but a lot of you actually got into your program your sophomore year, which is this year. So when he's talking about signing up, as juniors, y'all's schedule's pretty busy. Like, it's pretty packed with the courses that you have to take. The first thing you sign up for, though, is your level 2 CPE class. Now, if you happen to take a level 1, like health science at the regular academy, or computer science at the regular academy, then technically there will be a level 3 for you, right? Make sure the first elective you sign up for is your next level program of study course. When he's talking about electives, that's on top of. Some of you might have some room in your schedule depending on where it is. That's where you're signing up for electives because if you got a spot, then potentially after the sophomores registered, like y'all did last year, y'all got first dibs on all level 1 courses, we want to give you the option to try something new, right? To try another program of study. But the first thing we have to do is get your current program of study completed, all right? Everybody understand what I'm saying? So when he's talking about electives is trying something new. We'll run the sophomores first, then you guys will run, your schedule will run second. So if there are openings in level 1 classes, we want you to try it, but you got to be in line. That means you got to take your next level program of study first. Cool?
Okay. Okay, work-based learning. So this is a senior level program, and the next 2 slides are senior level programs. The reason that you guys need to pay attention to these programs are so that you can make sure that you plan your junior year so that your senior year has got all the things that you need to finish out your graduation requirements, but also you've got room and time in your schedule to do all the things that you want to do. So, work-based learning, you can leave at 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon and go to work. So, Mr. Skipper is in charge of our work-based learning program. You have to be a senior, you have to be on track for graduation. That's a big one, guys. So if you have failed English 2 and 3, you're not on track for graduation, you can't be a part of work-based learning, okay? So you have to make sure that you are on track for graduation. You have to have good attendance, and some of our work-based learning requires transportation, medical insurance, and the passing of a physical or a drug test. You'll have to fill out a work-based learning application. Mr. Skipper will approve or deny those. And then you have to maintain the attendance and the behavior and a set amount of hours that you've got to work every single week. So, know that you've got to plan your schedule for next year if you want to do this your senior year. Mr. Skipper also has placements. So if you don't have a job at the end of your junior year and you need somewhere to work, Mr. Skipper works with our local businesses and our industries in order to find placements for students. I believe that we have some students that are making $15, $16 an hour at certain industry placements that Mr. Skipper has helped with. Okay, office and faculty aides. So this is the other senior level program. If you do not want to take a full load of classes your senior year, you want to be a faculty aide for a teacher or an office aide for one of the offices, the main office, the counseling center, or the library, special services. You can choose to be an aide. You do have to be a senior. You have to have good behavior. You have to have a GPA of at least 3.0, and there is an attendance portion as far as the faculty aide. Okay, so this is those industry certifications that I had started in on. The full list of our industry certifications is right there. We offer quite a few. AutoCAD, automotive service. Any of these that you are interested in, you can take when you are still a student at Coffee County Central High School, get the certification, and use it in the job field as a high school student and as a high school graduate. Okay, local dual credit. So local dual credit, state dual credit are programs that we offer that get you college credits. Okay, so our local dual credit partner is Motlow State Community College. Know that if you take anything with Motlow, a local state, local dual credit exam or dual enrollment, any of that is taken out at Motlow can transfer out to most colleges and universities. Okay, some of the private schools get a little temperamental, but most of those will take Motlow credits. So you're not just locked in to Motlow State Community College with those college credits. They do transfer out. So local dual credits, this is a classroom course and then the exam. You do have to take the exam to get the rigor points. So if you're looking at your GPA and you're looking at top 10%, that's something you need to be aware of. Also, the exam fees are anywhere from $10 to $25. Once again, that's one of those programs that if you take the exam and you pass the exam, Mr. Skipper will usually kick in to pay you back half if you pass. The local dual credit scores are then placed on your Motlow State Community College transcript. Like I said, you can transfer those out. All of the courses that we offer that have a local dual credit exam are listed down here at the bottom. State dual credit. It's a similar format. You take the course, you take the exam. The biggest difference with this is that the exam is free. It is offered by the state of Tennessee. And this program, after you take the course and you take the exam, those scores are sent to us, and then you can have them transferred to your university or college to give you credit for those courses. And those courses that are offered are down here at the bottom. I would say our most common are the state dual credit, American history. Everyone in the school has to take that. And then criminal justice and the introduction to business are fairly popular as elective or program to study courses. College level exam program. So this is just an exam that you can take. If you pass the exam, you can get college credit. We highly recommend that you take the class that we have tied to the exam. So we offer, our biggest ones are French and Spanish. We have had some success in the college algebra that you can flip out of. The fee is $87, and you can take this at the end of the year. If you pass the exam, you get the college credit. This is a national program. So, most public colleges and universities within the United States recognize the CLEP program. So if you're looking for other ways for college credit, CLEP is a good program for that. Dual enrollment. So we have several different types of dual enrollment. We have dual enrollment with Motlow State Community College. We have dual enrollment with the University of Tennessee at Martin. And we have dual enrollment with Tennessee College of Applied Technology. So if you are looking at going to a 2-year or a 4-year college or university after high school, you can go ahead and start working on your college credits. As a student in a Tennessee high school, you get 5 classes for free. Okay? Every college course at Motlow State Community College costs about $500. So you can get 5 classes for free. And then the Tennessee College of Applied Technology, the grant for Tennessee high school students also covers the hours that you have to accrue through the Tennessee College of Applied Technology. So technical schools work on hours that you have to get so many hours in order to master those skills. Colleges and universities, they have classes, and those classes count a certain amount of hours, but you're looking at 5 classes and you're looking at a set amount of hours at Tennessee College of Applied Technology. Just know that the grant covers both of those. So if you're looking at either one, you have options to get those for free. So, dual enrollment with Motlow State Community College. When we talked earlier about credits, in general, any course that you take at Coffee County Central High School counts for 1 credit because it's a full year class. Any class that you take that's half a year is half a credit. The difference with Motlow is that it's a semester course and it's a full credit. So if you take English Comp 1010 and English Comp 1020 as a junior, you are done with English your senior year. You do not have to take an English. U.S. History 2010 counts as your full credit of your U.S. History for your graduation requirement. So, just make sure that you are paying attention to those as you register. We also offer all of these courses online, and most of those are general education college requirements. The courses that we offer in-house with Coffee County Central High School teachers are the English 1 and 2 and the U.S. History 1 and 2. Okay, dual enrollment, University of Tennessee at Martin. We offer 2 courses, Introduction to Horse Science and Introduction to Animal Science. If you are looking at any of these dual enrollments, you do have to choose kind of one path. You need to choose either Motlow State Community College, the University of Tennessee at Martin, or the Tennessee College of Applied Technology in order to make your grants function the way that it needs to. These credits can also transfer out to any college or university in the state of Tennessee that's public. Okay, so dual enrollment. Last year we added welding 1 and 2. This year we are adding industrial maintenance technology, building construction, and cosmetology 1 and 2. So this is the Tennessee College of Applied Technology. You are our student, and you are their student, and you are earning hours. Any of these programs can last 1.5 to 2 years. If you start working on them in high school, earning those hours, you can cut down your program time significantly. Okay? So if you're looking at any of these programs, know that you are working on gaining hours as a high school student so that when you get to the Tennessee College of Applied Technology, your program will not last as long. Mr. Skipper?
Yep, so this right here, if you look at these, this year is the year we added welding. So no sophomores are eligible for dual enrollment. That doesn't start your junior year. So this is the first year that y'all will be eligible. Going forward, like you said, definitely cosmetology. I know we have several cosmetologists, but know this. This is a paid program. It's part of TCAT, so you're gaining hours, like she said. However, the instructor is the one that signs off on whether or not you're eligible for this, okay? So you're going to have to get her blessing in cosmetology. Construction is going to be Mr. Ducey. He's going to sign off on it for you, those of y'all that had level 1. And then industrial maintenance is something we're looking to add that's an outside instructor that comes in. So we've got to have numbers on this. The thing with industrial maintenance, it's going to be blocked for 2 class periods, okay? So that's to be building up the hours to justify an outside teacher. So this one right here, the industrial maintenance, if we don't have enough numbers, we'll have to cancel that class. But we put it on there as an option to see. These, like I said, these are trimesters that you're knocking out essentially by gaining the hours. There is a fee that goes with this, but part of the Tennessee Promise money is used for this. There's ways for this to get paid for while you're in high school. It's a tremendous opportunity for y'all if y'all will get serious about getting your foot in the door at the next level. So if you have questions, yell at me, email me, or whatever, but you want to talk to your teacher if you're in these current classes, construction, cosmetology. Industrial maintenance, does have a requirement. STEM or any of the technology industry classes, you will need to have been in one of those. Welding, machining, STEM. I think that's about it. So, take advantage of it.
Okay, advanced placement. This is the program that you guys are probably most familiar with because it is open to sophomores. So advanced placement is an exam. We highly recommend that you take the course that we offer that is tied to this exam. So AP Psychology is probably our most popular AP offering, and we have a very high pass rate on that AP exam. If you are looking at earning college credit while you are in high school, this is another way to get that. So if you earn a 3 or higher on most AP exams, you can earn the college credit. There are some exams that if you earn a 4, you can get out of 2 college classes. So the fee is $100. Students are responsible for half of that. There is a free and reduced lunch discount. And then we also, I believe, have some scholarships if we have a student who's in multiple AP courses or in a financial need. So we also offer all of these courses that are listed below. But like I said, probably our most common is the AP Psychology, and then the AP English Lang and AP English Lit are growing too. Okay, Advanced Placement AP Access for All. This program started last year and was the first year that we piloted it. And then we are continuing to grow this as well. So it is completely online. The biggest difference that you're going to see with this one and the AP that we offer in-house is this one is completely free. This is a program through the state of Tennessee that we offer AP courses to students. So if we are not able to offer the AP course here at Coffee County Central High School, maybe we didn't have enough students sign up for it, or we didn't have a qualified teacher to teach it, then you can take it online through AP Access for All, and it is completely free. The exam is free as well. The courses can be a year long or a semester long, depending when you take and what you take. And we offer all of the AP courses that are listed below. The same requirements apply to the AP Access for All as far as the college hours. A 3 or higher is what you're looking for on the exam. Okay, so a couple of questions, or a couple of things before I turn this over to Mr. Creek. I do need to remind you to talk about rigor scores, or rigor points. Remember that everything on your course request sheet must be legible. We must be able to read that, okay? So your name, put the name that is in Synergy. Not your nickname, not what your friends call you, not your Snapchat handle, what your actual name in Synergy is so that we can make sure that we get the appropriate courses, okay? You must have 7 courses selected on your course request sheet. You will see asterisks on your course request sheet. Those courses are semester-only courses. So if you have a semester course, you should have another semester course that backs up to that. So if you do not have 7 full-year courses, because you have taken a semester course like personal finance, make sure that you have another semester course to back up to that.
All right, just a few other notes, and then we'll take some questions if you have any that are pertinent to the entire group. So Mr. Skipper alluded to the fact that next year will be a heavy load for you guys as juniors as far as core classes. Just know that when you go talk to your counselors, you don't have to take a science next year. You do not have to take chemistry or physics your junior year. That is traditional, but that is not what you have to do. You can delay that until your senior year, especially physics, because it counts as a 4th year of math, and it counts as your graduation requirement. So it meets 2 different criteria. Also, state dual credit history. If you do not take dual enrollment history, the first level, or AP U.S. history, then everybody else takes state dual credit history. That's typically taken your junior year. Once again, you don't have to take it your junior year. So if you really enjoy culinary and you really enjoy marketing, and that's two different programs, you can maintain two different programs. So in these meetings with your counselors, if they, for whatever reason say you need to take chemistry or physics next year, well, no, I think I'm going to wait for my senior year. Just know that's an option for you. You don't have to take chemistry or physics next year, and you don't have to take history next year. You can push those off into your senior year. But that's where, if you're planning on work-based learning, or if you're planning on CNA, planning out your next 2 years is very important. So make sure to be prepared going into the meetings next week. Everything that's been discussed today, the presentation, also this meeting has been recorded. All of that will be shared with you guys probably tomorrow afternoon. The course request sheet, the graduation checklist, course descriptions, videos and presentations of some of the courses. All that will be shared with you through your email. So make sure you guys are keeping up with your emails. Rigor points. So honors classes get 3 rigor points. State dual credit get 4. AP and CLEP get 5. Dual enrollment get 4. With state dual credit, with AP classes, you have to take the test at the end of the year in order to keep those rigor points. So if you're absent on an AP test date and then you're absent on the makeup, I have to go in and take off 5 points off your transcript for both semesters. That's a state policy. So you have to take the test that goes with the course if there is an end of year test. Also, just know that we average the 2 semesters here at Coffee County Central High School. So if you failed the first semester with a 50 and you make a 70 this semester, that's an average of a 60. So you've now passed for the entire year. So just know, not all high schools do that in the state. We do. So if you fail the first semester, you can still make a high enough grade to earn the full credit. So for the 2 semesters combined, you need 119 points. Last 2 things I'm looking at. On the course request sheet, pay attention to what the carets may mean or the asterisks. If it's a semester-only class, it'll say in parentheses. If it's an asterisk, it may be related to the rigorous course requirements. It may also be related to needing instructor approval. Just pay attention to the asterisk or the caret. And the last thing I'm looking at, if you guys, for whatever reason, go into your meetings next Tuesday and next week with your counselors, and they may have said something that we stated differently, or you think may be something different, don't hesitate to ask. You can check with Dr. Carney, you can ask me. If you just think there may be an error. Once again, there's over 1,300 of you students that will be registering for next year. There are a lot of different substitutions, a lot of courses that may take the place of something else. It's a lot to keep up with. So if you think that there's an error or you want to double check with somebody, don't hesitate to do that. Okay? So at this time, does anybody have any questions that is pertinent to